What if I told you that marketing is not just about bringing in patients, it's about maximizing profitability? Today, we're diving deep into the market-to-profit concept, which is how smart marketing strategies can dramatically increase your revenue and set your clinic apart. This isn't about gimmicks, it's about proven strategies that the top 10% of clinics are already using to generate more profit predictably. So here's what the top 10% of clinics do differently and how you can mimic them. The most successful clinics don't see marketing as an expense. They see it as an investment. And more importantly, they have a system and a clear strategic process they follow consistently. So what exactly are these clinics doing that others aren't? Well, first, they know their numbers inside and out. They track their patient acquisition costs, their patient lifetime value, conversion rates, and return on marketing investment. This gives them the ability to make smart, data-driven decisions that grow their bottom line. Second, they implement multi-channel marketing strategies and put a lot into their direct-to-consumer marketing. That means they aren't putting all their eggs in one basket. They're combining SEO, Google Ads, social media, newsletters, direct mail, and community outreach to build visibility and stay top of mind in their market. Third, they are intentional about their branding. From their website to their social presence to how their front desk answers the phone, they are crafting a consistent, trustworthy image that communicates expertise and results. This positions them as that go-to provider in their community. Fourth, they build campaigns around their most profitable services and fill their schedules with intention. Whether it's post-surgical rehab, dry needling, sports performance, or balance and fall prevention, these clinics use marketing to target the right audiences with the right message. And lastly, they test, track, and optimize. These clinics don't just launch campaigns and hope they work. They review data every month, tweak their ads and emails, test headlines and images, and gradually improve every part of their marketing funnel. They're not waiting for word of mouth or hoping doctors send referrals. They've built systems that drive demand directly to their clinic and convert that demand into revenue. And that's the foundation of the market-to-profit mindset. So let's talk about how to improve your marketing clarity to generate you more profit. You see, one of the biggest mistakes we see with struggling clinics is marketing confusion. They don't know what's working, whether this campaign is working or not, or where the patients are even coming from. For example, do you know how many patients come exactly from your website, from your advertising, or even those patients who are just returning? It's okay, because most clinics don't know because they don't have the right tracking systems in place. But when you gain clarity, real insight from trackable data, you gain control. You see, marketing clarity means you're not guessing. It means you can see the real-time impact of your marketing campaigns and understand how each action leads to results. For example, if you're running Google Ads and you see a high conversion rate on keywords related to rotator cuff treatments, you can optimize around that service, adjust your website content, and even double down on ads to amplify that success. Clarity also means smarter budgeting. So instead of spreading your marketing dollars thin across random tactics, you can concentrate them on what works best, ensuring that every dollar you spend leads to measurable results. Ultimately, this level of insight removes the guesswork, and you're no longer reacting to slumps. You're proactively steering your practice towards sustained profitability. Now let's talk about how to use marketing to build new programs and attract higher paying patients. See, marketing isn't just about keeping your current schedule full. It's the engine that powers innovation and growth in your practice. So if you want to diversify your services, marketing allows you to validate and launch new offerings. Let's say, for example, you want to create a postpartum recovery program or an athlete recovery plan. Marketing helps you identify the right market, test your message, and generate interest before you ever roll out the service. And higher paying patients and cash-based services are on the rise, so you can tap into this. People are willing to pay more for specialty care, concierge wellness, and results-driven programs, but only if you can communicate the value clearly and reach the right audience. And this is where strategic marketing shines. Through well-crafted landing pages, condition-specific ad campaigns, patient success stories, and community education content, you can position yourself as the authority worth investing in. It's about creating demand for the services that you want to grow rather than just reacting to the patients already walking through your door. So here's why you must track patient acquisition cost and budget intentionally. So let's talk some dollars and cents. Do you know how much it costs to acquire a new patient? That's your patient acquisition cost, and it's one of the most essential metrics you need to monitor. Too often, practice owners view marketing as a gamble, but with patient acquisition tracking, you can turn it into a controlled, scalable investment. So let's just say you have a campaign going and you want to get 20 new patients. And let's just say it's cost you about $1,000, right? That's about $75 patient acquisition cost. Now compare that to your average revenue per patient. If your average plan of care is worth $1,000, you're getting a return on investment that's not just good, it's excellent. And on the flip side, if your PAC spikes and you're not seeing the returns, it's a red flag that something in your messaging, targeting, or website may be off, and you can fix it. Patient acquisition cost is an important metric, but your budget also plays a critical part in helping you hit your practice goals. Remember when we talked about how marketing is the gas for your practice engine? If you don't put enough gas into the tank, you can't get where you want to go. But what is a good budget? The easiest way to look at budgeting is a percentage of your practice's gross revenue. This way, your budget will grow as your revenue grows. And remember, marketing is an investment, not an expense, and it will generate you more and more dollars in return. So your budget should be intentional, based on volume goals and profitability targets. It should include all your advertising expenses, event expenses, and any salaries such as a marketing director. See, high-performing clinics often allocate 5 to 10% of their monthly revenue towards marketing, adjusting based on campaign performance and capacity. Now, 5% if you want slower growth, and 10% if you want aggressive growth, especially with, say, a new location launches. The ball is really in your court, but where I see most practice owners make mistakes is investing way too little into their marketing. If you're spending less than 5% and wondering why you're not getting where you need to go, then it's probably time to invest more in your marketing efforts. But remember, marketing isn't just a cost center, it's a profit center when managed strategically. So let's talk about how to elevate your patient lifetime value, which is also this very secret metric. And this is the total revenue a patient brings into your practice over their lifetime. See, most practices focus too heavily on the first visit or that initial plan of care, but great marketers think long-term. They understand that a patient's value includes reactivations, future care episodes, add-on services, and the referrals they send your way. So imagine a patient who completes, say, a $1,000 plan of care, then returns a year later for another $1,000, refers 2 friends who also book appointments, and joins your cash-based wellness membership. That's not a $1,000 patient, that's a $5,000 plus patient. So knowing your lifetime value empowers you to make bold decisions. If your LTV is high, you can justify spending more to acquire each patient and still come out ahead. It shifts your marketing mindset from short-term cost to long-term opportunity. And you also begin to value your patient relationships more. So I want you to change your mindset to thinking, I'm going to be PT for this patient's lifetime. See, you invest in the LTV by nurturing the gold mine in your practice, which is your patient list, through email, education, personal touches, events, you name it, because you know that every interaction has a future value. And the more you raise that LTV through patient satisfaction, reactivation campaigns, and referral generation, the more profitable your practice becomes. So, in conclusion, The clinics that master marketing also master profitability. And when you think beyond just getting more patients and start thinking about getting the right patients, understanding your numbers and building value, you build a thriving practice. So to make marketing profitable, you must think like the top 10% of clinics, gain clarity with your data and tracking, build demand for premium services, monitor your PAC and marketing budget, focus on growing LTV, not just short-term visits, and all of the above. So if you're ready to turn your marketing into a profit engine, our team at Practice Promotions is here to help. So let's talk about how to implement the market to profit strategy in your clinic, and you can find out more and book a strategy call right within our website. So thank you for joining me on this video. This is Neil Trickett, wishing you much success in your practice.